Yeah, actually, I have to work even on New Year's. You know, it's tough for someone who doesn't work for big company, huh? I'm on a long weekend. Sorry.
Taichi-san, Ryo-san, welcome. What are you doing, Soya?
Department head? Soya's boss shows up, and his face immediately turns pale. Are these your clients?
These are Taichi-san and Ryo-san, who will be doing training today.
After the principal's words of praise, applause rang out through the gymnasium. I, Taichi Kawaii, have always been proactive when it comes to academics, which might be why I was occasionally recognized at school and stood out more than other students. Most of my friends accepted me positively, but there were some students who didn't think highly of me. Don't get cocky just because you're good at studying. Soya Kawaii, who went to the same elementary school, has always been at odds with me. By the way, you might have guessed from the last name, but Soya is my cousin, 1 year younger than me. I'm not getting cocky. Oh, by the way, I'm going to the library to do some research. Wanna come with me, Soya? Who would go with you? Despite living near each other, I never seemed to get along with Soya. And we ended up growing apart after I graduated from elementary school. The main reason we lost touch was that I took the entrance exam for junior high, while Soya went to the public school in our district. 20 years passed. I studied business management in college, and even studied abroad. Now at 32, I work at HR Training Co., a company focused on human resource development. Happy New Year, Dad, Mom! I look forward to another great year!
You're working on New Year's Day? You've been busy, haven't you? I don't want you to overdo it, but it makes me happy to see you so lively at work.
Every year, there's a request for training during the first 3 days of the year, so I had to work this year. I'm taking my long weekend after, so I'm good. Thanks for always supporting me. Since college, I've been interested in human resource development, which led me to decide to join the current company. My parents have always supported me warmly, and because of that, I've been able to keep moving toward my dreams. I'm really glad you're my parents. Well then, I'm off. I was living alone near my parents' house, and after greeting them for New Year's, I was planning to go to work. When I went out to the front door, I met my uncle's family, who had come to my parents' house for New Year's greetings.
Oh, Taichi! Happy New Year! Is that your work outfit? Are you working today too?
Yeah, actually, I have to work even on New Year's. You know, it's tough for someone who doesn't work for big company, huh? I'm on a long weekend. Sorry. Soya Kawaii said this with a cheerful look, completely indifferent to the situation. It was around 9 years ago that I started meeting him again after losing touch for a long time. He came to me with an overly happy face, saying he had gotten an offer from the big company, Shibuya Co., and tried to rub it in. Work on New Year's? I bet it's not even a big deal, right? You went to a good university, studied abroad, but it's such a waste of money. What are you saying? Taichi is a section chief, and we're grateful for how much he helps us with his salary.
You shouldn't mock people who work on national holidays. It's because of people like Taichi that we can live comfortably. And by the way, Taichi works at... Yeah. Thanks for working hard for us, the upper class, Taichi. By the way, I just got promoted to section chief too, so if we are talking rank, I'm above you, Taichi. Hey, where are you going, Soya? I'm leaving. I've already achieved my goal. Soya's goal was to look down on me. Without greeting my parents, he left without saying anything. There's no such thing as upper or lower class for people. It's pitiful that he doesn't even understand what my aunt just said. Sorry, Taichi. Soya's always been rude to you. Our education must have been bad. We really apologize.
No, Uncle and Aunt. It's not your fault. I always appreciated how you stood up for me. Ever since we were kids, Uncle and Aunt always warned Soya about his excessive behavior. and they apologized to me while having him apologize as well. If he still hasn't changed despite that, there might be no hope for him anymore. Uncle and aunt are complaining, and I smile wryly. I told him to come by to meet mom and dad. After that, I went to work.
Good morning, Section Chief Kawai.
Good morning, Rio. She's Rio Matsuyuki, my subordinate, 4 years younger than me. We're scheduled to do training together with a client during the New Year's break. By the way, Dio and I are the only ones working. The other employees are on vacation. I'm sorry, you were supposed to be off too.
No, I didn't have any plans, so it's fine. Also, when we finish this job and head into the long weekend, you'll go with me to the New Year's shrine visit, right?
Rio is also on a long weekend after the New Year's and hopes to go to the shrine with me after this job. Yeah, I promised, but is that really enough as thanks?
Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to it, so I'll work hard.
Rio smiles happily. Her expression is so cute that my heart skips a beat. Well then, let's get going. Did you memorize the materials and schedule for the training?
Yes, it's all set.
I forced myself to switch into work mode, and I headed to the client, Love Koiko, with Rio. Are you nervous? As we walk through the office district, I notice Rio's pace slowing down as we get closer to the client's office.
Yeah, that's right. Even though you're the main person in charge, I'm still not sure if I can handle it.
Dio had been in the planning department since she joined as a new graduate, but she transferred to the training department a few months ago. She's not used to visiting companies, so she must be feeling anxious. Don't worry, you were chosen as the section chief because you created many excellent training programs in the planning department. It's because you understood the client's needs and always worked hard to create valuable training for them. Your efforts will definitely pay off in these 3 days, and the employees of Love Koi will see it too.
Thank you.
Perhaps because of that conversation, Dio seemed to relax.
Yes, this type classification can serve as one indicator for how to approach other employees. For example, supporter types tend to accept requests even when they can't handle them, so it's better to check in on them regularly to make sure they're not overwhelmed. Controller types, on the other hand, prefer to be left to handle requests without interference. Of course, these are just tendencies, and if we make assumptions based on them, we might end up failing to communicate effectively.
She answered questions fluently from the participants, and over the course of these 3 days, her work had been that of a full-fledged instructor.
As usual, I'm grateful that you came to us during the New Year's break. It's difficult to gather all the employees for training, and I'm really sorry about that.
No, thank you for always requesting training from our company.
You have such motivated employees, and it really inspires us to do our best.
After the training during the New Year's break, the CEO of Love Koi praised us, and we were very grateful.
We'll be relying on HR training this year as well, so please continue to support us.
Meanwhile, Soya was... As a section chief, it's all about how you push your subordinates to work, you know? The key is the ability to make the unethical things look normal. That's what's important. This is the best, being able to enjoy yourself while earning more than regular employees. If you become a manager, it's like heaven. He proudly boasted about his wildly misguided ideas of management at a hostess club, making the hostesses snicker. A few days later, Dio and I had taken a slightly later New Year's break.
This shrine also had a big food stand during the first 3 days of the new year, but it seems like they've packed up already.
Yeah, compared to the lively New Year's visit, this scene feels a bit lonely. Noticing how down Rio seemed, I suggested with a wry smile, "There is a Japanese-style cafe nearby. Since we are done with the visit, would you like to stop by?"
Wow, this is amazing, so cute.
We went into the Japanese-style cafe, Tsukiote, and ordered matcha lattes with 3D latte art that Rio was excited about. I was happy that Rio was feeling better, but... Did I really need to order this too? Facing the overly cute drink, I, at the age of being called an older man by kids, felt a bit embarrassed. What's wrong? You think this kind of drink doesn't suit me?
No, that's not it. I'm just happy that you're doing so much for me, Section Chief Kawaii. Thank you.
Well, it's a thank you for you working on New Year's Day. I couldn't just let you leave feeling down, could I?
That's part of it, but you've also helped me a lot when I joined the training department. I got promoted to section chief in the planning department, and while I stayed in the same position, I transferred to the training department. I wasn't experienced at actually conducting training, and I struggled with whether I should give up my position and go back to being a regular employee to learn from scratch. At that time, you told me you should have more confidence. And those words really saved me.
I thought you could become a great instructor because of all your hard work up until now. Just like people have different approaches, every company needs tailored training programs. The programs she plans are made in such a way that they perfectly meet the needs of each company. And even as someone conducting the training, I've learned so many effective methods from them. I've always dreamed of this job, so I've been studying hard for it. Even after starting work, I've kept reading papers and thinking about what kind of training would be effective. Even so, seeing the programs you've created, I realized that I still have a lot to learn. At the same time, I thought that together with you, we could aim for even greater heights. And now, Dio, you've grown to the point where you could stand alone as an instructor. So, I would be happy if you could continue supporting us in the training department.
Yes, of course. There's still so much I can learn from you, Section Chief Kawaii. Please teach me many things.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I can. And so, with renewed determination, we approached the work after the new year. A few months later, I was visiting a client with a heavy heart because I can't believe I'm doing a training session at Soya's company. I got my first training request from Shibuya Co. Apparently, there was word of mouth, and they eagerly requested our help. I hope nothing troublesome comes out of this.
Are you okay, Section Chief Kawaii? You've been looking troubled for a while now.
Sorry. It's just that my cousin, who I've never gotten along with, works at this company. I was briefly explaining the situation to Rio, who was accompanying me for the training session, when... Oh, Taichi? What are you doing here? Soya, the source of today's worry, has appeared. Our company isn't a place where people like you, who don't even have New Year's break, should be here. Weren't you from that something training company? You probably just sell learning materials or exercise equipment, right? Go home. Soya seems to be misunderstanding something. Just as I open my mouth to correct him...
Taichi-san, Ryo-san, welcome. What are you doing, Soya?
Department head? Soya's boss shows up, and his face immediately turns pale. Are these your clients?
These are Taichi-san and Ryo-san, who will be doing training today.
What?
What's with that reaction? You didn't disrespect them, did you?
Well, that's... No, it's just that he says some unpleasant things about the company we work for.
He told us, go home, and that's about it. Well, what a thing to say! HR Training is a specialist in training human resources for many major companies. Even the globally expanding major company Love Koi is one of their clients.
Huh? Yes, the company we visited during New Year's, Love Koi, is a globally famous corporation. When training employees at overseas locations, it's quite difficult to coordinate schedules. So every year they gather volunteers to conduct training during the New Year's holiday.
Especially since Taichi-san has experience studying management abroad, the quality of the training is excellent. That's why we specifically requested HR training to send him. Soya, what were you thinking?
Damn, I didn't know Taichi was such an amazing guy. No, department head. He and I are cousins. Yes, that's true. But as professionals, we need to show respect.
You're right. I apologize for the discomfort caused by our employee.
Oh no, if you understand, that's enough for me. The training is about to start, so let's head to the venue. After the training at Shibuya-ko was successfully completed, Dio and I stepped outside the company. Heh, don't get cocky just because you can do a little work. Soya's voice calling out to me with the same tone he used back in elementary school made me feel thoroughly exasperated. Mr. Soya Kawaii, despite everything that happened earlier, it seems you haven't learned anything. Shut up! No matter how good you're at work, the prestige of my company is still higher than yours. I don't think the place we work should determine our worth, but may I ask you something? The training we conducted today was for management-level employees. But I wonder why you didn't attend. On New Year's Day, Soya, you said you were promoted to section chief. Soya seemed clearly flustered at my observation. Well, it's because... As a rule, all management-level employees were supposed to attend, and that's what we were told. So, when we saw that you weren't at the venue, we asked your superior about it. Mr. Soya Kawaii, it seems you've never been promoted since joining the company.
From what I understand, it looks like you lied to our Taichi Kawaii saying that you're a manager. Weren't you perhaps jealous of Taichi, who's both a section chief and skilled at his job?
What?
There are countless types of people in this world, each with their own characteristics. Perhaps you have something outstanding about you as well. But I think that's very different from the status you get by competing with others. Because honestly, I can only see that kind of status as worthless.
Soya didn't respond, only glaring at Dio with frustration. I let out a deep sigh internally, discarding the business persona. Soya, I don't care what you think about me or why you lied, but I do want to say one thing. As my aunt said, you shouldn't look down on people who don't work according to normal schedules. I've seen plenty of people who work during public holidays because of my job. They all work hard to satisfy their customers, making sure nothing goes wrong. Among them might be the employees who provide the services you casually use on holidays, or engineers maintaining servers used by your company. You have no right to mock their efforts by calling them employees with no New Year's holidays. You've been in the workforce for years now, and it's about time you stop thinking like a student and adjust your attitude.
Yeah, if you don't, you might end up alienating your company's clients.
Soya didn't say anything more, leaving the scene. I and Dio headed back to the office. It seemed that our warning came too late. Soya had once talked about me in front of a client, boasting, "You know, I think only incompetent people work at companies that don't have New Year's breaks." He proudly said this, but it turned out that one of the client's affiliate companies had irregular holidays, so they complained. As a result, Soya was treated as a sidelined employee. Unable to accept this, or perhaps driven by ambition, Soya kept trying to take credit for his colleagues' work, only to be reported to his superiors every time, and then... fired? His remarks toward us, combined with the second time he offended his client, led to him being fired. Despite receiving several disciplinary actions, his behavior didn't improve, and eventually, Soya was forced to leave Shibuya-ko. Damn it! This company has a 2-day weekend, but I heard they have irregular holidays. I don't want to work here. I was hired by Shibuya-ko, so I should be able to get a better job somewhere else with better conditions. I've said it before, But you shouldn't look down on people just because their work schedule doesn't follow the majority's calendar. Unable to understand this, Soya continued to be picky about his job opportunities, and he ended up without a new job. By the way, when my aunt and uncle found out about his dismissal, they were furious, and now Soya has to pay back money by the deadline. Meanwhile, Rio and I continued our work as training instructors, and privately, I confessed to her, and our relationship progressed. This year, during the first 3 days of New Year, the training for Love Koiko was handled by other employees, so both Rio and I were off.
Happy New Year. I look forward to working with you this year.
Rio and my parents get along well. I never imagined Daichi would have such a wonderful partner. They were so moved. Though it's late, thank you, Mom and Dad, as always. Because you've always believed in and respected me, I could work with no hesitation and take the job I have now. Thanks to you both, I can live with energy in my current job, and I also met Rio. I'd rather live a life where I show gratitude to everyone around me, rather than competing and seeing others as enemies. In the end, happiness is subjective, and comparing it to others won't change anything.
Daichi-san, let's have some sweet sake. Sweet sake.
I'm really glad I could see the smile this year. The words Happy New Year exist to celebrate others. So today, let's celebrate the fact that we've welcomed the new year with our precious people. Hey Majima, can you take care of this job for me? Hey, are you listening? Sorry. I was thinking about how I could be reborn as a mushroom. Stop being so damp. Mushrooms are growing. Oh, that's a good idea. I think all young people should grow mushrooms instead of grass. Seriously. My name's Riku Majima. I'm 28 and work in the second division of the SI department at Scat Solutions, an IT company. My mind is always filled with either work or mushrooms. I think my love for mushrooms is unmatched. So, you're gonna take this job, right? And the one trying to push work onto me is Shuya Akoki. He's the senior who always uses me, the gloomy guy. I can't. I'm going mushroom hunting after work today. At night? In the mountains? It's dangerous! Stop! Jeez, I've told you many times, Kanai's waiting! Please, I'm asking you to do this for our sake. Akogi's excuse when he pushes work onto me is always this, and I, being bad with words, can never refuse. Okay, I'll do it. A gloomy person like you should just nod and agree. I'm leaving it to you. Afterward, Akogi left quickly as soon as work ended. I don't dislike my work. I even study on my days off so that I don't get left behind in the development of IT. But being stuck with work that's pushed onto me and staying late every day feels miserable. If his wife is waiting, I guess it can't be helped. Should I go for a shiitake mushroom dish today? No, enoki mushrooms are hard to resist. I quickly switched my gloomy thoughts to mushrooms. Using my personal coping strategies, I made it through about an hour of overtime. The next day, I was working as usual. During that time, my second division manager called me over.
Majima, got a minute? I need to talk to you.
Yes, I'll be right there. When I went to the designated place, the manager was waiting for me with a serious expression. Could it be that I made some mistake?
No, that's not it. Majima, you're always being pushed to work by Akogi. Are you okay?
Huh? Of course, as my manager, you must have noticed. How embarrassing.
Cooperation within the department is important, so voluntary work distribution is fine. But it's not right that too much of the work is falling on you. If it's hard for you to say,
I'm fine. Akogi's wife is waiting, so he needs to get home quickly. As for me, I just have mushrooms.
Mushrooms? Is that so?
Yes, so someone like me, with neither a girlfriend nor a wife, should be the one doing it. Also, I'm scared of retaliation.
I see. If you say so. For now, I'll just watch. But if you need anything, let me know immediately. I'll be there to help.
Thank you, manager. Even a gloomy person like me gets noticed, and I'm deeply moved by the manager's kindness. But just as I was motivated by the kindness, I ended up being stuck with work again that day and had to work overtime. Time passed, and the year's end arrived. After finishing the work I was assigned, I returned to my desk. Now I should be able to go home on time. I'll finish the year's work and watch the year-end special video stream when I get home. While thinking about my plans for the evening, Akogi suddenly appeared in front of me. Hey, Majima. Akogi. I've got some work piling up. Can you take care of it like usual? This amount? Seriously? Did you let all this pile up? Yeah, I've been working hard, but it never gets finished. My wife is waiting, so I'm leaving it to you, okay? It's the last workday. Why? Seeing the added work, I gulped down my tears. In the end, I worked until the last train and finished the work that had been pushed onto me. After leaving the now empty office, I staggered onto the last train. Once I sat down, the fatigue I had been suppressing overwhelmed me. I never thought I would be stuck in such a situation at the very end. I want to be a mushroom. As I recalled the disasters of finishing my year-end work, sleepiness began to creep in. Having finally sat down, I couldn't fight the weight of my eyelids and fell asleep right there. The train swaying was soothing. Before I knew it, I was deep in sleep.
Sir, wake up. It's the last stop.
Uh-huh? I suddenly heard a voice and woke up. What was I doing? As I thought that, I realized a beautiful woman was peering down at me.
We've reached the last stop. Sorry for waking you. Are you okay?
Last stop? Apparently, I had overslept and ended up at the end of the line, which seems to have been a dream. It's over. I can't believe I came so far on the last train. Living without mushrooms under this cold sky is impossible. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'm done with this life.
It's still too early to give up. Let's figure out a way together from now on, right? Huh? Mushrooms?
Sorry, that was embarrassing. Thanks to the woman shaking me awake, I finally came to. Apparently, it was a dream.
No. You must have been really tired, so it's fine.
She's Yuzuki Honoka, and it seems she also fell asleep on the train and ended up here.
I was also exhausted after work and I just dozed off. But I never thought I'd find someone else like me. I'm kind of relieved. It's still a small company, so there's always a lot to do. So I was trying to finish some work that had piled up, and that's why it got so late.
Actually, the same thing happened to me. There's a lot going on, but my year-end work never seems to end.
What a coincidence.
After that, I introduced myself, and we talked about what to do next. Unfortunately, the final stop was a peaceful countryside town. There was no place where we could spend the night.
It seems our destination stations are nearby, so would you like to share a taxi home?
Huh?
If we talk to the station staff, we might be able to get a free return ticket, but there are no more trains today. With this cold, we can't really camp out until tomorrow, can we?
But I appreciate the offer, but it's nighttime. Isn't it a bit uncomfortable to take a taxi with a stranger?
The thing is, taking a taxi to the nearest station costs over 10,000 yen.
10,000 yen? It turns out this wasn't Yuzuki's first time oversleeping and missing the last train. She had taken a taxi home before as well. Then we took the taxi and headed to the station together.
I work at an apparel manufacturer. I want to use my sense more to create clothes.
An apparel manufacturer? It's great that you work at such a wonderful company. Being able to use your sense means it's a company where there's a lot of individual discretion, huh? As we continued chatting happily, the taxi soon reached Yuzuki's nearest station.
We've arrived.
It's true. Even though I was so sleepy, we arrived in no time. At the end of the ride, I felt a sense of relief that we had arrived, but also a sense of loneliness knowing I wouldn't see her again.
It was a short time, but I really enjoyed today. I'm glad it was you, Majima-san, that I overslept with.
Oh, I'm really glad I met you, Yuzuki-san. I was feeling down after working overtime until the end of the year, but thanks to you, today turned out to be great. Thank you for waking me up.
Yes. If you don't mind, would you like to go out again sometime?
Huh?
Of course. Only if you're okay with it, Majima-san.
Whoa, I'm so happy, but is that okay? I've only received kindness from you today.
No. I should be the one thanking you. Without you, I would have ended up spending the end of the year feeling down. And Majima-san, you're such a kind person. I want to see you again. Do you mind?
No, not at all. If you're okay with it, I would love to go somewhere together again.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Just the thought of seeing Yuzuki again makes my heart race. After exchanging contact info and promising to meet again, we parted ways.
Ooh, I've been curious about this movie for a while.
From then on, we started going out to eat and watch movies together on weekends. Me too! I've been avoiding spoilers. I'm really looking forward to it.
I can't wait to talk about it afterwards. Let's go!
As we spent more time together, we got closer and closer. Meanwhile, at work, I continued to have work pushed onto me by Akogi. Today, just like usual, I'm counting on you, Majima. But you'll do it, right? Akogi's scary, but I want to be able to refuse soon. Today, I'm busy. If you could ask someone else. Huh? I've got work to do too, and I have plans tonight. So you're gonna leave work to me, huh? I don't care if you're single or not. Don't just stand there. Get it done. Yui's waiting for me. Without any further discussion, Akogi pushes the work onto me and leaves. It's nice to earn overtime pay, but I should probably talk to the manager soon. Wait. What? The undeniable feeling of discomfort hit me then. I tried to confirm with him, but Akogi was already gone, so I continued working with a heavy heart. Then, the weekend came, and we met at the station's plaza. This place is famous as a meeting spot for dates. Yes, today, I'm meeting Yuzuki-san.
Sorry for making you wait, Majima-kun.
No, I just got here myself. I was so nervous I ended up arriving 30 minutes early.
Thanks for coming today. Oh, I've always wanted to go to that restaurant I mentioned in the message.
We're about to start walking when a man calls out to us. Hey, isn't that Majima? What's up? You're at a date meeting spot now? Akogi-san, why? I came for a date, of course. This isn't a place for gloomy people like you. By the way, did you finish the work I gave you yesterday? You're wasting time here when you should be. He finally notices Yuzuki standing next to me and stops his mockery. But Yuzuki looks at him with a serious expression.
I see. So you're the one, the colleague who's always causing trouble for Majima-kun.
I never complain about Akogi, so I'm surprised to hear this.
You didn't speak badly about him to me, but I noticed. I figured you were pushing work onto him every day, and I've been worried. What's going on here?
Huh, so even a gloomy guy like Majima has a girlfriend, huh? It seems like you were misunderstanding something, but this was all done with Majima's consent. It's tough for me since I have a family. If you don't like it, just refuse.
Isn't it because you're being pushy? And even without a family, there are important things that need attention.
Akogi just laughs at Yuzuki's protest. You can almost see sparks flying between the two of them. Yuzuki-san, I'm okay.
But using your family as an excuse doesn't make everything okay. This kind of behavior is wrong.
That's why single people never get it. You don't understand how tough it is to have a family, but you still say this stuff. And isn't it because you're so strong-willed that a weak Majima just goes out with you unwillingly? No way! I'm spending time with Yuzuki-san because I want to. Please don't say that. Yuzuki-san is kind, and she always thinks about me. She's not like you, who pushes work onto me just because I'm single. What's up, Majima? You're acting so desperate. The gloomy guy who always can't go against me is suddenly getting cocky, just because a girl is paying attention to him. This is the first time I've ever gone against Akogi. Even now, he's mocking us and laughing. Then...
Hey, Shuya! What are you doing?
Ah, Kanae, I've been waiting. Hearing the name Kanae, I was taken aback. That feeling of discomfort I had earlier. That day, Akogi said...
President? Eh? Akogi-san?
Huh? Are you two acquaintances?
Yes. Akogi-san works in our sales department. She's very positive and proactive at work, and she's been a huge help to me. Not at all. I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Hey, wait! What do you mean president? She is?
What an impolite thing to say. This person is the president of the company I work for. She hired me, even though I had no experience, and encouraged me to work with her. She's a kind boss who guided me.
Huh? I found out just recently, but actually, Yuzuki-san is the president of an apparel company called Love Koi Co. She worked at another company when she graduated, but she wanted to use her sense more, so she started her own business.
I'm so sorry, President. I never knew Akogi-san was your husband. The world really is small. Actually, it seems like he was pushing work onto his colleague here, saying he had to get home because his wife was waiting. And it led to a bit of an argument. Eh? Is that true?
Kanae glares at her husband. Akogi looks embarrassed and avoids her gaze. Mrs. Akogi, Akogi-san said he wanted to get home early because you were waiting, so I didn't refuse.
But my husband, he often comes home late. I never expected him to push work onto others.
Oh, is that so? Akogi-san always goes home on time. Wait, Majima! Don't say anything more! Why not? You said that Yui was waiting for you, didn't you? Nah! That's it. That feeling of discomfort I had that day. Akogi said Yui is waiting for me.
Yui? Hey, who's Yui?
The wife I had heard of was Kanae-san. I became suspicious when Akogi mentioned a different woman's name. It's a misunderstanding, alright? I never said anything like that.
No, you're the suspicious one. You never came home early. I suspected there was something when you wouldn't show me your payslip. And the other day I found a cute little handkerchief in your suit. You really were cheating, weren't you?
A handkerchief? That's a lie. No, it must be a mistake.
Don't try to make excuses. If you were really leaving work on time, where were you wandering around for hours every day? And the handkerchief is not the only thing I've found so far. I've kept quiet because I didn't want to believe it, but I'm angry now. Confess already!
Crap! I wasn't wrong, was I? You said your wife was waiting at home, so I helped. But I was actually helping you cheat all this time? No, I was just... I can't help you anymore. If it's not for your family, then you can do it yourself.
I thought today would be a fun time, but this is such a mess. I'll pack up what I need and go back to my parents' place. Don't ever call yourself my husband again.
Wait, Kanae! This isn't what it looks like! I really love you! Akogi chases after an angry Kanae. After watching them disappear into the crowd, we gathered ourselves and headed to the restaurant we had planned to go to. The following week, as usual, Akogi tried to push work onto me. Hey, this one, just like usual. I can't help with this anymore. I'm not going to help you. Tch, this gloomy guy. Just you wait. Maybe afraid that his affair would be exposed at work, Akogi decided to handle the job himself, but that guy always finishes quickly, but I haven't finished anything yet. What's going on? Akogi is still working but getting more and more frustrated. By the time it was near the end of the workday, there was still a lot of work left at his desk. Meanwhile, with free time, I muster up the courage to speak to my colleague. If you're struggling, I can take over your work. Really? I can take over my colleague's work and still manage to leave on time. On the other hand, Akogi stays late every day, drowning in overtime. This continues for a week, and finally, he seems unable to bear it anymore. Ha! I can't do this anymore! Hey Majima, do this work! What's going on, Akogi? This isn't going to end, you know. Who's the idiot who dumped all this work onto me? Even so, with the usual amount of work, I think it can be done by the end of the day. Huh? I don't care. Just do it without complaining.
Enough already, Akogi.
Manager?
I was watching Majima, but did you think I didn't know? Majima has been working hard, including the work he was pushed into. That's why his skills have improved, and his work speed has increased. But you've just been pushing work on to others and slacking off. Of course your skills aren't improving. That's why you couldn't finish this amount of work by the end of the day.
Manager! After being harshly scolded by the manager, Akogi couldn't respond. I called out to him. Akogi-san. Tch, what do you want? I can't help you anymore, but if you need advice about work, I'm happy to give it to you. So, how about we work together from now on? Oh, do you want to eat mushrooms? Mushrooms are full of nutrients. They might have the nutrients you're missing. Who the hell would accept your pity? And I hate mushrooms. No, Akogi-san. Without listening to my words, Akogi starts working quietly, continuing the tasks that remained. However, the difference in skills between me and him, and the fact that I offered him pity, must have been humiliating.
Majima, I like mushrooms.
Manager, thank you. Soon after, Akogi submitted his resignation. He left without speaking to any colleagues. Kanae then demanded alimony, and, as I heard, they divorced.
I can't believe you pushed work onto others just to make time for cheating!
Kanae, please reconsider! The affair partner apparently didn't know Akogi was married, so when she found out, she got angry and ran off. After that, Kanae threw herself into her work even more. She's now aiming to become a career-driven woman like Yuzuki-san, with her eyes sparkling. As for me, my dedication to work was recognized, and I was selected to participate in a large project. The manager gave me the green light, confirming that my abilities were more than enough. I felt that all my hard work without running away had paid off. Yuzuki-san, once my work settles down, would you, go out with me?
Majima-kun, you're really serious, huh? I like that about you.
Huh?
Actually, we could start now, you know. Of course work comes first, but what do you think? Yes, I'd love to.
There are many types of people in the world. People who live for work, those who have families and prioritize them, and the world still works. There is no one right way. We shouldn't deny others' ways of life, but respect them and take pride in the lives we've chosen. But I would love to grow mushrooms with Yuzuki-san someday, and make lots of mushroom dishes. It's important not to be too reserved. Sometimes, it's necessary to gather the courage to assert your own opinions.